Imagine a world where the woolly mammoth roams once more, where the haunting call of the passenger pigeon fills the skies, and where creatures lost to time walk beside us again. It sounds like science fiction, yet it's becoming an urgent conversation in labs around the world. If you've ever wondered about the animals we've lost and whether we might see them again, stick around. Like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss stories like this. Extinction feels permanent. It carries a weight, a silent finality that echoes through museums, barren habitats, and history books. But what if extinction wasn't the absolute end? For the past few decades, scientists have pushed the boundaries of genetics, uncovering the potential to resurrect species lost to the ravages of time and human impact. This isn't just about bringing back cool creatures, it's about rewriting the story of life on Earth, healing old wounds, and confronting the ethical challenges of playing God with nature.
Let's start with one of the most iconic, the woolly mammoth. Covered in thick fur with enormous curved tusks, mammoths thrived during the Ice Age until warming climates and human hunters drove them into oblivion about 4,000 years ago. Today, teams of researchers use advanced gene editing, borrowing snippets of well-preserved mammoth DNA to modify Asian elephant genomes. The goal? To create mammoth-like elephants that can reintroduce cold-resistant traits into tundra ecosystems, potentially slowing permafrost thaw and climate change. If this sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi thriller, that's because it almost is, but the science is progressing faster than anyone expected. Next, imagine the sky darkening with flocks of passenger pigeons. Once numbering in the billions, these birds filled North American skies with so much movement and sound, it was said to be like a rolling thunderstorm. Unfortunately, relentless hunting and habitat destruction wiped them out early in the 20th century. Now, thanks to advances in cloning and DNA sequencing gathered from preserved specimens, scientists are working on boosting the pigeons back to life. But it's not just nostalgia driving this effort. It's a chance to restore a keystone species that once played a vital role in forest ecosystems.
Then there's the thylacine, or thylacine tiger. The last known individual died in captivity less than a century ago. This mysterious, dog-like marsupial with stripes thrilled explorers and scientists alike. Today, its haunting image captures imaginations worldwide. Geneticists are piecing together DNA fragments in hopes of creating living thylacines through cloning or gene editing. Yet with each step closer, questions arise. Can a revived thylacine survive in a world changed by human influence? And what responsibility do we bear to its original habitat? Another fascinating candidate is the gastric brooding frog of Australia, which vanished in the 1980s. Unlike any amphibian alive today, this frog had a remarkable way of raising its young. Female frogs swallowed fertilized eggs, and the tadpoles developed inside their stomachs before emerging from the mouth. Its extinction likely reflects a deadly fungal disease spreading rapidly through amphibian populations worldwide. Scientists using de-extinction methods hope to not only bring this unique frog back, but also to develop strategies for combating such diseases in fragile ecosystems.
Now, take a moment to envision the great auk, a flightless seabird hunted to extinction in the 19th century. With its stark black and white feathers and comical waddling gait, the great auk once nested in huge colonial colonies along the North Atlantic. Bringing it back isn't just about the bird, it's about restoring lost interactions with other species like fish populations and coastal plants affected by its absence. But it's not all about the giants or the charismatic. Consider the case of the Pyrenean ibex, a mountain goat that disappeared in 2000. Using cloning technology, scientists actually managed to produce a living ibex in 2003, but the newborn survived only minutes. This pioneering effort showed both the potential and limits of resurrection biology, reminding us that bringing back life is one thing, ensuring its survival is another.
Equally compelling is the concept behind the comeback of the Carolina parakeet, the only parrot native to the eastern United States, which faded into extinction in the early 20th century. Reviving this feathered flash of color could restore natural pollination networks disrupted by its loss, but as with many species, habitat restoration remains a critical piece of the puzzle. What about the moa? These giant flightless birds once stomped through the forests of New Zealand until human arrival wiped them out by hunting and habitat loss. Today, ancient DNA extracted from fossilized bones whispers secrets to scientists, fueling dreams of the moa's reappearance, perhaps helping to rebalance the unique ecology of New Zealand's islands.
And we can't forget the great elephant bird, a colossal bird from Madagascar that stood nearly 10 feet tall. It disappeared centuries ago, but its towering presence is etched into legends and fossil records. Could future technology lift the veil of extinction and reintroduce such giants, reshaping entire landscapes? Finally, there's the Atlantic gray whale, last seen off eastern North America in the 18th century. Considered regionally extinct, but possibly whispering promises of revival through extraordinary conservation efforts and genetic research. This glimpse of hope reminds us that extinction is not always forever, but calls for patience, respect, and intricate science.
All these stories share a thread, the delicate dance between loss and hope, science and ethics, what was and what might be. Bringing back extinct animals isn't simply about marvel or wonder. It's about grappling with humanity's impact on the planet and deciding what responsibilities we hold toward nature's silent victims. The journey to de-extinction raises profound questions. Should we bring back a species without restoring its habitat? What unforeseen consequences might ripple through ecosystems already strained? And will resurrections inspire us to protect the living, or give us a false sense of security that extinction is reversible? In contemplating these creatures, woolly mammoths, passenger pigeons, thylacines, and more, we witness a fragile intersection of memory and possibility. The dream of their return isn't just about science. It asks us to reflect on loss itself, on renewal, and on the fragile threads that connect all life. Maybe the most meaningful takeaway is this: while technology marches forward, the choices we make now will define not just which animals survive, but how humanity honors the deep web of life it once endangered. Whether these extinct animals wander the earth again or remain echoes of the past, they remind us to cherish and protect the precious diversity still with us today. If this exploration into de-extinction fascinated you, don't forget to like and subscribe, and tell me which animal's comeback story you'd follow next. The past holds countless lessons, and the future is waiting to be written.